Worry not that no one knows you. Seek to be worth knowing. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. The more you spend clinging to the past, the less likely your future will be any brighter. The only failure is not trying. The only rejection is not asking. The only mistake is not risking anything. If you can't say no, then your yes means nothing. You should never sacrifice what you could be for what you are. You don't have to prove anything to anyone, including yourself. Don't make one person the center of all your happiness. Don't make them the reason why you are happy, because once that person walks away from your life, you're left with nothing. The wise are not perplexed, the benevolent are not worried, and the brave are not afraid. People want you to succeed, but often no more than they want to succeed for themselves. Stop overestimating others and underestimating yourself. You give power to someone you blame for your problems. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. The one who offends you takes away your negative energy and gives you his positive energy. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. If a man too often thinks of sex, it is a signal that he has an imbalance within, a seeking of harmony and contentment in the realm of thoughts and desires. Thus, he should cultivate wisdom and restraint, seeking fulfillment in virtuous thoughts and deeds, to find the true equilibrium of the spirit. If you are in a hurry, you will not get there. If you only see the small benefits, the big things will not be accomplished. When you feel like giving up, remember why you held on for so long in the first place. Never put relationships before your goals. You may lose them both. You can fall in love more than once. You don't need to worry much when someone you love leaves you. Most of the time, it's for the good. It's normal to feel bad after making the right decision. No matter how nice and friendly you are, some people will dislike you, no matter what you do. Don't waste your time on them. Later often means never. You will have to make very practical decisions about what you want from life and what you're willing to give up. And if you don't make them, then life will make them for you. Changes happen when we go against everything we're used to doing. Failure shows us the way by showing us what isn't the way. Bad times are actually a boon because they wake you up to the good things you never paid attention to. Never try to gain somebody's sympathy. The people who care about you will be there for you when you need them. You don't need to show them that you are their best friend. We can never judge the lives of others because each person knows only their own pain and renunciation. One has to understand that braveness is not the absence of fear, but rather the strength to keep on going forward despite the fear. Happiness is something that multiplies when it is divided. You can't make someone love you by giving them more of what they already don't appreciate. Most of the time, you have to swallow the pain and learn to grow up by yourself. A life without cause is a life without effect. If you want to be successful, you must respect one rule: never lie to yourself. The two hardest tests on the spiritual road are the patience to wait for the right moment and the courage not to be disappointed with what we encounter. Hiding from your problems won't make them disappear. Facing them is the only way to grow. Regrets can linger for a lifetime if you don't learn to forgive yourself and others. People will often take advantage of your kindness if you let them. Your friends and family do not always know what is best for you. Don't allow anyone to treat you badly just because you love them. The big secret in life is that there is no big secret. Whatever your goal, you can get there if you're willing to work. Problems are rarely as bad as we think, or rather, they are precisely as bad as we think. Your obsession with finding happiness is what prevents its attainment. If you are in your 20s, many relationships will fail and not work but function as learning exercises. Because of this, don't stress so much. It's all just practice until you're married. If you do not make yourself indispensable, you will be unemployed soon. Never let yourself become completely dependent on anyone. Always be able to support yourself financially, mentally, and physically. In every situation, life is asking us a question, and our actions are the answer. Our job is simply to answer well. Say no to your desire to be perfect. Otherwise, you won't be able to improve further. You must determine where you are going in your life, because you cannot get there unless you move in that direction. Random wandering will not move you forward. It will instead disappoint and frustrate you, and make you anxious and unhappy, and hard to get along with. A wise man can learn more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. We walk away from our dreams afraid we may fail, or worse yet, afraid we may succeed. Dreams without goals are just dreams. The second you feel like you're hanging on by a thread, let go. You shouldn't be holding on to something that makes you feel that way in the first place. The truth is, The bad things don't affect us as profoundly as we expect them to. That's true of good things too. We adapt very quickly to either. Be like a fountain that overflows, not like the cistern that merely contains. What hurts us is what heals us. If you conquer yourself, then you conquer the world. There is only one way to learn. It's through action. Everything you need to know, you have learned through your journey. When each day is the same as the next, it's because people fail to recognize the good things that happen in their lives every day that the sun rises. One day, you will wake up and there won't be any more time to do the things you've always wanted. Do it now. Never expect and never put too much trust in anyone. Don't stick with bad friends just because you've known them for a long time. When a defining moment comes along, you can do one of two things: define the moment, or let the moment define you. You can't expect everyone to be good to you, and at the same time, you can't be good to everyone. It is during the worst times of your life that you will get to see the true colors of the people who say they care for you. If you never heal from what hurt you, you'll bleed on people who didn't cut you. Stay away from narcissists. They don't play by any rules. They will suck the life out of you slowly. You need to learn how to select your thoughts just the same way you select your clothes every day. This is a power you can cultivate. If you want to control things in your life so badly, work on the mind. That's the only thing you should be trying to control. People's actions tell the truth about them, not their words. If you can't understand why someone is doing something, look at the consequences of their actions, whatever they might be, and then infer the motivations from their consequences. You can't be happy with someone else if you aren't happy with yourself. Be not afraid of life. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact. There is only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve: fear of failure. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that is changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. Tomorrow never comes, because it's always today.